How fast did you go from like 60 to 600?
6 months.
How often are y'all running out of stock?
Every time we restock. Our last drop on the 21st, we had 400 units and we sold out in 6 minutes.
And like, what about the margins? Like,
Yeah, everything is profitable. We ran at a 46% net margin. I have 100,000 dedicated for Facebook. I have 50,000 dedicated for TikTok, and then 100,000 left over for Amazon. But I'm 36, and Riley's 37. And we want to make sure that we're not spending our life inside of the business. We want to kind of pull back and be like, we want to live our life and watch this brand grow. Being able to have somebody else like at scale is very important because you're not going to be able to do everything by yourself.
start with what Garden Alchemy is.
Garden Alchemy, it's a mainly women's luxury body oil fragrance company. The company, it started in a 10 by 10 bedroom, started selling crystals and rocks, and she soon went into the body oil business. We started with body oils that were all kind of like dupes of like $400, $500, $600 balls of perfume. Riley, who's the founder, she's the one who kind of creates all the fragrances and comes up with the ideas. Soon after the dupe, she started coming out with her very own line. So these are like Garden Alchemy signature scents, and they ended up being our top sellers.
What were like the key takeaways from when we started working together and going through stuff?
The knowledge behind everything. You can't pay someone enough money for the insights and the knowledge that you guys have here. I think that is the most valuable thing, because what I noticed between you and other people is like you're always up to date with your course, with stats, with metrics, with what's working now versus what worked in the past. And I think that's the biggest key takeaway, is knowing that you have somebody that you can trust to say like, hey, this will work, and it actually does work. With you, it's just more of like, hey, just do this and it'll work, and it does. You have the numbers, you have the metrics to back your word up.
Let's talk about like what the calls are like with us.
Specifically, you guys have the one-on-one, which is nice, but in a way, everything is one-on-one with you guys. So you do have your Monday, Wednesday group calls, but it's not really a group because it's not everybody kind of like chiming in at the same time. And I thought it was kind of weird at first. I was like, what is this? Like, I'm used to Zoom calls where people join and there's like 50 people, 30 people. And it's like, am I gonna get a chance to have a question answered? And everyone can type in the chat and stuff like that. But you kind of segregate everybody, almost like a one-on-one call, because it is. I mean, you invite them into the group, you do a one-on-one with them for 15, 20 minutes or however long it needs to be. And what I've noticed too is you show up early and you leave late. And I've jumped in early just so I can get my hand raised first, but you're already in there. I'm like, oh, cool. And then the one-on-one calls, those are super helpful with the media buyer too, because they're giving you like the nitty gritty. I feel like you're really good for like the high level. Hey, this is where the problem is. This is what you do to fix it. And then the media buyer is just like the underlying effect. Like, hey, this is how we fix this now, specifically.
What were y'all doing on TikTok with just y'all doing content, and then once you got the creator army?
So Riley was producing 3 to 5 videos a day. We've pretty much removed ourselves from making all content. We haven't made a video in probably 3 months as of now. And the content strategy with all the creators is really good. So we're paying $10 to get a video, if not multiple videos from that same creator. And we move them from TikTok over to Facebook and Instagram. And so it's a constant revolution of just content. We don't have to touch anything anymore.
And then what does that do to the performance for y'all?
It skyrockets because volume is key. You can kind of get away with, maybe running 20, 30 ads when you're spending $1,000 a day, but as soon as you're ready to scale and you want to start dumping money into Meta, you need to have that content because those ads can fatigue pretty quick, and some of them you'll just find that one that pops off. We had one creator that made a video for us, and it ran for 3 months, and it generated like $95,000 just from one ad.
Just from one ad.
And it was an ad that I never would have thought was gonna actually crush, which is funny. I thought, this video's okay.
Some people will scale their ad spend, ROAS drops, or it's a grind, but y'all have all your metrics dialed in on the Shopify, on the TikTok shop, on the back end. So every dollar in actually maintains or goes up in ROAS.
I would say our average is about 3.2, 3.3, and it holds. And that was at spending probably $12,000 a day on ads across all
Before that
platforms.
point, now we're spending, what, 100 a day in the early days?
Yeah, we were spending $100 a day is what we started at. We created a vision board at the beginning of this year, and we've already conquered almost every single item, and there's probably like 20 things on there. New house in Arizona, 500 orders in a day. I have a supercar on there, so I'm gonna get a McLaren 720S. We have $1 million month on there, which we haven't hit yet, but we did hit 600. We will hit 1 million. If you're on the fence about joining Ads Mastery, I would say don't be, and just grow some bigger legs and jump over that fence and do it. Because I would pay whatever he charges now. I would, honestly, the program itself, just the content strategy alone is probably worth $50,000 by itself. Just because it removes you from having to create and produce the content and allows a full system just to kind of loop itself all back around. A lot of the reason why I think people should join is just because of your knowledge specifically. Like with your brain and the way that you were involved with these multi-million dollar brands, they're there for a reason and it's in your head. So, I mean, if you want that same knowledge, then you're gonna have to join the program. Otherwise, you're not gonna get it.